I think the definition of youth work is supporting young people.
People working with and engaging with young people to promote positive behaviour.
My definition of a youth worker is someone who is there for the youth in the community, someone who uses their time to provide really good information to help the youth of the community blossom and grow.
My definition of youth work is any person that's using their skill set to impact young people in the community that they're in.
Working with young people to improve their health and well-being, to advocate for them and facilitate their needs.
My definition of a youth worker is someone who is willing to put the young person forward before themselves and empower them and advocate for them.
The formal definition of youth work is professional practice with young people based on certain core values and principles requiring the establishment of voluntary relationships with young people, links with communities and other relevant organisations, and professional supervision from experienced practitioners.
All youth workers should ensure that information is kept confidential.
Trust, reliability and honesty.
The values that a youth worker should have, I think a youth worker should have, would be things like honesty and just general kindness, so you can friend, so you're not just teaching.
I believe a youth worker should value young people's privacy, their policies and procedures around working with young people. They should value respect and equality.
A youth worker needs to be driven and passionate about helping young people.
I feel like you have to be really passionate about the work that you're doing, and if you're not, then you're not going to be willing to make a huge difference in a young person's life, and that's what youth work's all about. So for me, it would be passion.
The formal definition of youth work values is the fundamental beliefs that underpin a perspective or profession, such as the belief that an anti-oppressive, positive, participative approach to work with young people is of benefit. So youth workers have two sides to their values. So they need to do the responsibilities and the principles. So the responsibilities is the recognition of Indigenous people, young people as the primary consideration, duty of care, privacy and confidentiality, boundaries, transparency, honesty and integrity, social context, anti-oppressive practice, non-discrimination, equality and self-awareness, cooperation and collaboration, knowledge, skills and self-care. And the principles are the empowerment of young people, young people's participation, social justice for young people, the safety of young people, respect for young people's human dignity and worth, young people's connectedness to important people in their lives, such as family and community, positive health and well-being outcomes for young people, and the positive transition and healthy development of young people.
Youth workers can be found in schools, hospitals and the government.
Schools, community groups, churches, DHS work and hospitals.
I think the role of a youth worker is someone who works in schools, someone who'd work in resource centres and provide knowledgeable information to help teens and youth through their problems and tough times.
Youth workers can work in lots of different fields. The main ones are probably schools, youth in the local community, local council, local youth groups.
There are many roles that a youth worker can go into, like local government, youth justice, schools, outreach work.
Youth workers can have a bunch of different roles. They can work in juvenile detention and outreach, which is more like going out to the communities of young people. But youth work isn't also limited to just Australia, so you can go to other countries as well.
Youth workers can take on many different roles. So it kind of bounces from youth housing, outreach, local government, employment support, sport and recreation, arts and creative, caseworkers, schools, out-of-home care, alcohol and other drugs, youth justice workers, health and hospitals, sexual health, mental health, young mums, parents, youth pastors and chaplains, community work, LGBTIQ and disability work.
The importance of youth workers is to support young people and make them feel better.
Young people are sometimes lost in the world and need guidance as they transition into adulthood. Issues can arise where they need someone other than family members to talk to. Therefore, youth workers become very important.
Workers are important for the community, so they are able to help youth through their problems and support them and encourage them through their tough times to become the awesome people that they're meant to be.
Youth workers are important because there's so many young people in this world that face different issues at different stages in their life, and I think a primary intervention of a youth worker can be a huge impact on someone's life in the future and really change what their outcome could be.
You're setting young people up for the rest of their lives. So youth workers are important because young people, they're the future, but they're often overlooked when it comes to assistance. So we need youth workers there to give them options and help them grow into the person they want to be.
What is a youth worker? It's changing young people's lives, making a difference, impacting the world, all that good stuff.
Youth workers are important because without youth workers, young people kind of don't have someone there to, I guess, help them through what they're going through and kind of distract them, but in a way that helps them, because you're promoting healthy lifestyle, and by taking them out of a bad situation just for like a few hours or so, it can just generate something inside them that can make them feel better, because everyone needs someone to be able to talk to through the times that are tough. And the age of young people, that's the time when you're transitioning and learning about yourself, all that kind of stuff. And that's the time when youth workers are needing to be there, because that's the most vulnerable stage of someone's life, is being a young person.
So Gab. Go.
Oh gosh. They transition into adulthood. Stop laughing! Hurry up! I don't know what it is.
Is any person with a youth worker degree?
No, that's not it.
Youth workers are important to help youth. I say that so many times. Someone who uses their time wisely to help others, other youth people. That was really bad. My definition.
The role of a youth worker, oh shit, that's the role. That's not...
Yeah, we're doing that.
No, we're doing what roles? Oh.
Fundamental belief that underpin a perspective or profession. Oh my gosh. The fundamental beliefs that underpin a perspective or profession.
I believe young schools, community groups, churches. Damn it.
I think youth workers are useless.
Why do we have youth workers, Gab? Why are we important?
No! Not yet!